So here is my gaming phone setup. I have a Galaxy Note 10 Plus, and I got the Kiwi or the Kishi, the Kishi Razer controller on there. Power this bitch up. I said power this bitch up. There it is. Alright. And then past the lock screen. Come on. We have Django Unchained, Django. Yeah, it's a starter up. It's like its own operating, well, not operating system, but it's a front end, but it's like its own little thing. And here's all the NES games I have. I've been playing the shit out of Earthbound. Love that fucking game. That should be every game in the US. And then let's go over to, we have Neo Geo Pocket Color. Says there's 47 games there. Uh-oh. And, yep, there's some games. I've never really played on the Neo Geo Pocket Color before, but I'll give that a go one day. So any PlayStation games I picked and downloaded. Got 64 items? Yeah, 60. Well, I don't know how many games, but I just have a plethora of some stuff. And I want to get a memory card put in here so I can fit some more if it'll work out properly. If the operating system or the front end will find the games on the memory card as well. Would be cool. And what else we got here? Alright, we have Sega Saturn. I've never owned a Sega Saturn. I love Sega. I am a Sega fan. And there's some cool fucking games on here. I'm telling you, Nights into Dreams, that's pretty awesome. And what else? I'm not too familiar with a lot of these games, but a lot of these games I've tried are really good. And they're very underrated, I think. So let's see, let's go back up here. We got Super Nintendo. This should be the entire US set at least, if not others. Yeah, pretty cool. I'm gonna try some of the games the Angry Video Game Nerd has showcased so I can experience the shittiness for myself. TurboGrafx 16, we got probably a whole set. I don't know. I'm sure we do. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. But there's some stuff there. And we have the Atari 2600. This is every fucking release I know of. Released every US release, plus a bunch of hacks and stuff. They even have Halo on here. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I grew up with this system. I was like fucking enthralled by Pac-Man in the day. But here, they have a hack called Superbox, so that actually sounds like an adult movie name. It could be. Put a little cape around it. There you go. And they got Zelda. Wow, Zelda on the Atari 2600. Who would have thought that? There's E.T. That's an awesome game. People hate it, but I loved it because I was able to put the phone together and call a ship. Oh shit. Alright, so what else we got here? We got Atari 5200. I was never really familiar with that. Played it at a neighbor's house. 7800. I was never familiar with that, but it's pretty cool, I guess. ColecoVision. I never had one, but I do like a lot of the games on there. Dreamcast, my favorite system of all time. Man, wish I still had it and I had all the games. I want to make memory room so I can put more games on here. That would be the shiznits. Alright, we got Arcade, Final Burn Neo, a bunch of stuff on there. I mean, tons of stuff. Is it to where the thing's never downloaded? It's still working because there's so many games. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff on here. Anything you could ever think of back in the arcade days. Alright, we got Sega Game Gear. It's pretty cool. I love Sega. I never had one, but some of these games are probably awesome. Game Boy Advance, of course. You got your Pokemon and all kinds of other stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Game Boy Color, even older. Never really fucked around with it too much. GameCube, I downloaded a handful of games that I've come across. And yes, I'm a pirate, but, you know, I'm proud of it. And anybody who thinks otherwise, you know, that's your prerogative. But that's the GameCube. Here's a Sega Genesis. Should be every US game at least. And look at that. Ooh. Look at that. Ooh. Is that her nip bip? That's her nip bip right there. Kind of covered up a little bit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Classics, man. And I even had the Sega CD add-on, and I love that thing as well. And we have Intellivision. I've never really messed around with those, but I would love to one day. The Atari Lynx, that'll be cool. Whoops. Nintendo 64. What happened? Did I just skip? Okay. Yes. Very nice. Should be the whole US thing, I think. I don't know. But everything I've ever played and cared about is on here. Conquer. Conquer was the game for me. Hell yeah. Love it. And let's see here. Nintendo DS. There was some pretty cool stuff on here. Only like 20 so games, but I wonder. Yeah, the Call of Duty game on here is so funny because it's just ridiculously bad. But it's funny. I wonder if there's Pokemon in here. I wasn't into Pokemon at the time I was picking games to download, so I'll have to get the Pokemon games. Alright, here we go. Nintendo. Alright, so that, well, was that everything really? I thought I had some other stuff. Maybe I didn't. Because I know there's other systems that you can do with Android, but I had to like pick and choose. Because in Sega CD, it takes up a lot of space. So yeah, this is just like some pretty cool stuff, and I'm gonna play Earthbound. Bye.